For pure high school football excitement, one would be hard-pressed to match last year's opener between Stratford and Seymour in Stratford. The Wildcats trailed 26-13 entering the fourth quarter before rallying for 2 touchdowns in a conversion run to edge the Red Devils 27-26. Stratford High fullback and All-State linebacker Thomas Hunter remembers that game all too well. The senior tri-captain is clearly the player to watch for the Red Devils of the Southwest Conference. Seymour quarterback Brian Moore was a huge part of last year's win. Moore subbing for the injured Eric Tracy masterfully guided the Cats to their come-from-behind victory. From DeBarber Field in Seymour, it's Stratford against Seymour in a non-conference opening headliner on Cable 10 Sports Valley High School Football Game of the Week. Hello again, everyone. Ed Clements, Buddy Chernovitz from DeBarber Field in Seymour. Stratford, Seymour football, and Buddy, the reason they are playing is because we have this 11th game for high school football. Last year's game was a great one down in Stratford. We hope that we're going to have another good one here at DeBarber. Let's first start with Stratford. Wing T offense for Stratford. They always put up impressive offensive numbers.
It's a great offensive. It's well coached because you get a lot of players carrying the football. We saw last night a little bit Naugatuck run that wing T, and it's a game where you try and get the fullback and the halfbacks to carry the football, a lot of bootleg action, and a lot of short passing games. So it's a very explosive offense. If you run it very well, the trap game can really kill you.
Coach Wildcat relies on his tri-captain, Thomas Hunter. We're going to see an awful lot of him both sides of the ball. He is an all-stater on defense, and he's the fullback on offense, and a lot of Stratford's success depends on Thomas Hunter.
He sat out the scrimmage last week. He's a quality football player, got great speed. He's a hitter. He's going to be an excellent athlete, and how he goes, I think, is going to determine how this Stratford football team goes today.
And also for the year, too. Let's take a look at Seymour now. Brian Moore, the quarterback who led Seymour to the victory in their opening season win last year against Stratford. And Brian has assumed the full-term title as the quarterback for the Wildcats this year. Brian does everything for the Wildcats. Not only is he the quarterback, he can run, he can throw the ball well. He's a DB for Seymour, plays in the secondary, does all the kicking. What else can he do?
He could get the bucket of water out at halftime, but realistically, he's going to have to be a strong football player this year. He's going to have to carry that offense. To play for Bobby Keller at quarterback, you got to do an awful lot of things, and Bobby's going to demand that he do some things. He's going to have to throw. He's going to have to run the option. He's going to have to lead the Seymour football team, and how Seymour goes, or how much the more goes, Seymour is going to go during the year. Also,
Seymour in their scrimmages has gotten a great effort from their new tailback, the junior running back, Matt Sympathy.
Sympathy's a quality kid. He's a young player, though, and he's going to get some experience today playing against a very quick Stratford football team.
We'll be right back with Stratford-Seymour football right after these messages.
No one knows just why. Well, I bought that box of crayons and took it home with me and drew with all the colors so the crayons could all see that each of us is special and everyone's unique. But it's when we get together that the picture is complete.
Welcome back, everyone, and we're moments away from the opening kickoff here at DeBarber Field in Seymour, this non-conference matchup between the Seymour Wildcats and the Stratford Red Devils. Seymour, of course, from the Naugatuck Valley League, and Stratford plays in the Southwest Conference in the Colonial Division. Seymour won the opening coin flip. They have deferred their option, however, to the second half. And we'll see the Stratford Red Devils on offense first, Buddy. And again, from past years, Stratford seems to always put up the points, and they usually have some very fine teams. And Wildcat, in his 14th year down in Stratford as the head football coach, has done a great job.
They do an excellent job with the wing T, and our fans are going to get a good opportunity to see an excellent wing T team. A lot of pulling by the guards, a lot of trapping, a lot of misdirection. So They run that offense very well, and it's going to be a challenge for Seymour here today.
Well, Brian Moore will kick it off for the Cats, and we're underway. Line drives it straight down the middle of the field. It's fielded there by Mike Alexander. And Alexander crosses the 35-yard line. A loose ball on the play. Sadek on the hit for the Wildcats, and Seymour has it.
Excellent hit by Timmy Sadek, the junior, causing the fumble, and it is going to put Seymour in excellent field position, obviously, on that turnover. Watch the hit by number 89. As he comes in, he gets a piece of the ball carrier. The ball rolls out and recovered by the Wildcats, right at about the 29-yard line.
So the Cats, of course, goes without saying, excellent field position as we open up matters. Seymour taking over on the miscue, the Stratford miscue on the opening kickoff. Brian Moore, the quarterback. In just a moment, we will be giving you that offensive set graphically for the Cats. Hands to Sympathy. Sympathy straight up the gut, 1 yard on the play down to the 28. Wrestled down by a couple of the Stratford Red Devils. Beecham along with Hunter. Let's take a look now at that Seymour offense. Let's start with the line. And the players to watch on the line, the players with the real experience, Chris Pagliaro, Alex Alapat, along with the tight end, Tim Sadek. Kevin Mullen in preseason has been doing a great job. Let's take a look now at that backfield. Moore, the quarterback, DeBarber, the fullback, Sympathy, the tailback, A.J. Macia, and Jonathan Petruni are the wideouts. 2nd and 9, just underway from here at DeBarber Field.
A little movement by the fullback.
I saw a little movement, too. The play is run. Moore with the football to the outside and gets all the way inside the 10-yard line before he is stopped by Darius Charles.
Good job by the quarterback on that, getting outside on the option. Watch as he comes down, face to the fullback now. There's nobody playing the quarterback. He just turns it up inside. Charles will come up and make the tackle, but an excellent run by Brian Moore down to around the 10-yard line.
And Buddy Stratford ought to be fairly familiar with Brian Moore. He led Seymour to their opening season win against Stratford last year. When we get a chance, we will take a look at that Stratford defense. Right now, the Cats have it, and it's a 1st and goal just inside the 10-yard line. On the keeper, Moore trying to get outside. A blocker ahead of him. That Sympathy drags down as he gets to the 7-yard line. Taken down by number 63, Mike Francone. Let's take a look now at the Red Devils defense. You see the front six. Actually, Beecham, Bill Beecham and Joe Del Bene could be considered outside linebackers. And in the secondary and the linebacking core for Stratford, Tom Hunter is the key player at the linebacker. You'll him all afternoon. And in the secondary, Eric Francis Cheney in the one of the deep backs for Stratford. 2nd and goal, the football marked at the 7-yard line. We're just underway from here at DeBarber. Play fake, Moore, touchdown, Sadek over the middle, so the Cats get on the board first, and they get on the board quickly.
Just a quick slant pass into Sadek. Does a great job protecting the football. Moore to Sadek, 8 yards, touchdown for the Seymour Wildcats, 10-12 of this first quarter.
Holding on the extra point will be Matt Thomas, and Brian Moore, who does it all for Seymour. He'll be attempting the PAT. And the kick is up and good. And Seymour has taken, here at DeBarber, a quick 7-0 lead after the turnover on the opening kickoff. Buddy Chernovitz had a chance to talk with Coach Paul Sponheimer before the football game, and he asked the veteran Seymour coach what concerns him about Stratford.
Well, we were able to see Stratford last Friday night against Trumbull, but Mr. Hunter didn't play. And from everything I read, Walt seems to be depending on Mr. Hunter to do an awful lot of things. So, you know, you go back to last year films, you go back and see what they did last year, and hopefully prepare the best you can. But not seeing, but they're in the same boat. So it's you know, they saw us at least in a full game scrimmage. We sort of seen in a sequence of not sure what it was, but bottom line is hopefully our kids are prepared enough to bring home the W.
Buddy also caught up with Wildcat of the Stratford Red Devils, and he asked the Stratford coach about the effect of the warm weather on the game and if possibly he would have to spot his players somewhat in these warm conditions.
I think we're going to have to spot some people. You know, this type of day, I think what's going to happen in the fourth quarter is going to be a matter of who is in better condition. And we've worked hard on the preseason, and we've done a lot of running, and hopefully we should be prepared for a good fourth quarter. I think if things hold out to be like they were last year, the fourth quarter ought to be a bang-up.
So, Buddy, pretty auspicious debut for the Seymour version, the 1997 version of the Seymour Wildcats. That quick turnover, and then going in from 29 yards out on that short drive.
You can see some of the Seymour freshman football players, Pop Warner, that is, up on the top of the field. But you're right, Eddie, turnovers are a key early in the season, and certainly Seymour converted the first one.
Melvin Dixon takes the kickoff, and Dixon still on his feet and gets close to midfield. Melvin Dixon, a sophomore, is tripped up there by Anthony Day for the Wildcats.
Great return by number 5, Melvin Dixon, as he takes the football right up the middle. Excellent acceleration as he's going to just run by people here. Pretty good blocking in there, and then he just accelerates, breaks a tackle, gets the ball close to midfield.
And they're on the football. That is Stratford right away. The quarterback is Navarro. He hands off to Thomas Hunter. Hunter gets into Seymour territory down to the 47-yard line. Pete the Barber on the tackle for Seymour. Let's take a look at that Stratford offense. First, the line. The key players there, Patsy Horan and Adam Easley, the right guard and right tackle. Now the backfield, Navarro, the quarterback, the fullback Hunter, running backs Lawson and Duarte. The split end is Darius Charles. And inside counter, and the Wildcats have defensed the play well, stopped at the line of scrimmage. Let's take a look now at that Wildcat defense. First, the front four. The nose guard is Pete the Barber. Defensive tackle is Chris Thompson. The ends are Alex Alapat along with Troy Sobieski. Now let's take a look at the linebacking crew and the secondary. Loss on the play. 3rd and 8 for Stratford. Directly at midfield. And Navarro wants to put it up. And now running the football. Tony Navarro gets it down inside the 45-yard line. Taken down by Matt Sympathy, middle linebacker, 5'10", 191-pound junior.
Comes out of the bootleg, and the defensive end gets logged inside, and it allows Navarro to get out, puts the ball away. He's going to be very close to that first down. It'll be about a yard short, but an excellent run by quarterback Tony Navarro.
And we're going to have to be quick because so far the Red Devils have come out with a no-huddle offense. They're on the line of scrimmage immediately. And chain crew is brought in from the opposite side of the field. From our vantage point, look to be short. And it is by a wide margin. It's a 4th down, so what does Stratford do? Ball marked at the 43 of Seymour. Stratford on the football. 4th and 1 at the Seymour 43. First quarter action, Cable 10 Sports.
You got an all-state fullback. You might as well go for it here. 4th and 1, about 1.5.
Navarro is the quarterback. Hunter, but directly behind him. Wing T slot.
Wow, great shift. Great shift by the Red Devils, and they've drawn Seymour into that neutral zone.
The officials talk it over.
That's Kevin Moreland, the referee, just gathered all of his fellow officials, and obviously there's some concern about whether they were drawn off by the Red Devils. You watch Seymour now on the shift, everybody goes down and then they just extend out, which is legal. A lot of teams do that to try and draw the opposition offside. You see Paul Sponhammer does not agree, but they're going to get the first down by way of the penalty.
So the ball is spotted at the 38-yard line. First down for the Red Devils. Jeter, the flanker back to the left side. First down, Navarro. Hands to Hunter. Hunter spins down to the 35-yard line. Flag dropped. And from where the flag dropped, buddy, that's usually indicative of offensive holding.
Good down block there by number 78, Ray O'Connell, and then it allowed Hunter to just come inside, but a holding penalty is going to move the Red Devils back to close to midfield at about the Seymour 49.
And once again, they are right on the football, are the Red Devils. Now they have a first down, first and long. They're at the 49 of Seymour. Navarro play fake, throws it out as a receiver out there. It is caught, completed for the first down to Darius Charles down to the 20.
Petruni is on coverage, but I tell you, Charles just runs straight down the field. The quarterback takes his 3 steps, and he heaves it up. Great catch here by the wide receiver. Charles pulls it in. That's Darius Charles with an excellent reception. You can see the ball right at about the 20-yard line. First down.
First down for Stratford. A loose ball. Hunter picks it up, and then he is taken down for a loss of 2 on the play.
Great job by Tom Hunter, the fullback. As the ball rolls out, Hunter just comes along like it's part of the offense, picks it up, unable to go very far, but saves a mistake by the Red Devil offense.
Stratford with a no-huddle offense. 2nd and 12 from the 22 of Seymour. 25, the ball carrier, that is Mike Duarte. On the inside handoff, Matt Sympathy on the stop for Seymour.
Power now. He'll follow the fullback, Hunter. You see the guard, number 61, pulling out and allowing the blocks to be made, getting the ball carrier about 5 yards on that. It'll be a third down for Stratford.
Tight end is Fred Hanna, sets up to the left side on 3rd and 5 for Stratford. Navarro hands to Hunter, and Hunter, he's a handful. Hunter knocking down defenders and getting the first down inside the 10.
Watch Hunter's second effort now. Again, the inside guard pulls. Hunter gets outside. He'll get hit right here, and he just goes through people. Boom, pushes people right out of the way, and he's going to pick up that first down. And that's an all-stater for you. Thomas Hunter rushed for over 1,600 yards and 21 touchdowns last year.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
There he is again.
And they try Mr. Hunter, and Mr. Hunter enters the end zone. And he is limping somewhat. Had an ankle injury in one of the Stratford scrimmages in preseason.
Great cut there as he steps to the left, gets into the end zone for the score, and Mr. Hunter is certainly going to give the Seymour Wildcat defense all he can handle if he stays healthy throughout this football game. Any football team that can go with a no-huddle offense has to be very well coached, and they didn't take very long to run that football down the field. And at the end of this football game, they're going to put the Seymour defense back on their heels if they get a lot of plays off. A little late there as Kevin Moreland signals delay of the game, but they're going to give Seymour a lot of plays on defense if they continue this no-huddle offense.
So let's see what the Red Devils decide to do. Mike Duarte is the kicking specialist for Stratford.
It's 12 completions for 286 yards. We told you about Kaufman's big day in that 36-31 win.
We've got a break in the action. Midpoint of the first quarter here at the Barber Field.
Have now lost they've lost some. They played Detroit, and last week was low scoring Carolina. They lose a high scoring game to the Rays. Look, Dan didn't expect to win that much with this team, but well, the thing that
Sonic Lumber and save 50% off.
About where am I? And predictions.
I got to go with New England. I like Detroit.
Look. Truckload sale.
Okay.
Through November. Lumber.
On in your stable. Now you're down by 5. You come back on the field.
That's cable TV. Additional outlets are pretty inexpensive, right?
What's your point?
Let's say I bought a DBS system from you.
Okay.
If I wanted to buy a separate receiver for each set, that could cost a lot of money.
People don't need more than one television in their house.
In fact, each receiver could cost several $100s.
I don't think that's relevant. How is that relevant?
Isn't it true that additional outlets with DBS can be much more expensive than cable TV?
I don't have to answer that.
If you're thinking about DBS, you might want to think twice. Cable TV, still the best value in quality entertainment.
I don't have to answer that. Welcome back, everyone. So both teams have scored on their initial possessions of the 1997 football season. Duarte will kick it off. On the other end, that is the exciting Anthony Day. And he's wrestled down outside the 30-yard line by a couple of the Stratford Red Devils.
Joe McDowell and Eric
Andre Dumas was
Francisconi with the tackle on that. As Day comes up the field, tries to get back to the near sideline. You're going to see him avoid his tackle here. And then number 23 and number 9 are going to finally get him right at about the 32-yard line.
First down for the Cats. First quarter action from the Barber Field. Rather warm, to say the least. And there's got to be concern on part of both coaches. I don't care how well conditioned you are with these humid, sultry conditions. First down for Seymour. Their second possession. Moore right up the middle. A soft defense. And Moore takes it close to the 40-yard line. Behind his center, Troy Sobieski.
That's an exchange that goes between the quarterback and center, and it's just the quarterback patting the center on the keister, and they go by themselves if he finds that soft middle, and Seymour executed that very well, about 7 yards.
And they got a 2nd and 3 coming up at the 39. Single setback. That's the fullback, and that is the Barber. And he's picked up the first down to the 46-yard line. Pete the Barber. Mike Truncone, the tackle for Stratford.
Fullback just comes right up on an inside trap, breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage, pulls ahead for the first down yardage. And Tom Hunter, the All-State linebacker who just scored that touchdown, is on the far sideline. They sent for Seymour's trainer, so they've got to be concerned. He limped off, had problem with his ankle in the preseason, and he is not playing on defense. So we're going to have to watch whether Mr. Hunter is able to get back into this football game.
Fran Dugene has replaced Hunter as one of the backers. Anthony Day on misdirection as the flags fly in. Face mask.
Little inside counter right at the line of scrimmage. There are going to be a couple guys who get a piece of the face mask. You saw that one there, and it'll be a 15-yard pickup down to the 35 for the Wildcats, as their offense is doing a very good job here in this first quarter.
Buddy, we saw Tony Day playing, and Tony coming off a knee injury brought along very slowly in the preseason. He only played in my recollection in the last scrimmage. Tony Day, explosive senior, running back, wide receiver. Very versatile player for the Cats. Again, the flags will be dropped.
A little bit of movement on the part of the Seymour offensive line, either Mullen or Pagliaro with an early movement. And it will cost the Wildcats 5 yards.
So the football moved back to the 41-yard line of Stratford. It'll be 1st and 15 for Seymour. We're in the first quarter at the Barber on our Cable 10 Sports Valley High School football game of the week. Our score is Seymour 7 and Stratford 6. Single setback, that's the Barber. And Moore puts it in the belly, takes it himself, and gets to the outside. He's taken out of bounds by Francis Cheney. are the captains for Stratford.
Again, the option, you'll see the quarterback, Moore, make the fake to the fullback, then come to the outside. Does a good job getting around the corner, but then excellent inside pursuit by number 9 for the Cheney for the Red Devils, driving him out of bounds. He picks up about 1.5 yards. Good job, though, as Stratford able to come up on the option and close the corner off very quickly.
Stratford showing basically a 6-man front. Moore has time to set up and throw, and he drills it, completes it, down to the 25-yard line to Todd Scabby.
Scabby runs a curl right at the first down marker, and a great throw by Brian Moore. He just puts it right into the hands of Todd Scabby for the first down, and at about the 26-yard line, Seymour's in business again, 1st and 10.
Joe Delbenny, along with Charles on the stop for Stratford. And the Cats are in high gear offensively. Macia, Petruni, and Dave's a slot to the left side. The tight end Static to the right side. The single setback is DeBarber. A long count. Moore holds on to the football. He's going to be wrestled down by Thomas Hunter, who has re-entered the game at linebacker.
Try and go with the option. Once the quarterback tries to take it out at the last minute as there's no opening, he pulls it back and tries to get down the field himself, but Stratford closes it off very quickly. Loss of about 1 yard as get a good look at a young lady. And beautiful day here in Seymour as she is out with her mom watching this football game.
Second down coming up. The line of scrimmage is the 27 of Stratford. Seymour leads at 7-6. Well, the versatile Day now in at tailback. DeBarber, the fullback. Now the standard I-back formation for the Cats. Day finds an opening, gets it across the 20 to the 18-yard line, taken down by Randy Troncone.
With the 6-man front, as Eddie just said, if you can break the line of scrimmage, you can run a little bit here, and it's a good job by number 24, Tony Day, getting through there and picking up about 7 before he is wrestled to the ground by Tricone, the senior. Brings up a 3rd and about 3 for Seymour here. Their second offensive possession, about 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in this first quarter.
You know, Buddy, and I stand corrected. Seymour running behind 2 tight ends. Scabby's flexed out on the right side. And Day again has that opening. Anthony Day, touchdown Seymour.
Anthony Day just comes right up the middle on this. He just comes straight ahead, finds excellent blocking, and he has great acceleration. He just runs right into the end zone. 19-yard run for Anthony Day, and Seymour has put their second score on the board here in this first quarter.
And Moore will attempt the extra point. And again, Matt Thomas is the holder. No good, wide left this time. So our new score here at DeBarber Field in Seymour. Seymour 13, Stratford 6. Don't go away because I feel we're going to have an awful lot of offense.
Well, I think a lot's going to depend on whether number 34 and White comes back out for this football team. You see Paul Sponheimer talking to the official, questioning whether that football was, in fact, left of the pole, but got his answer, and Seymour with a 13-7 lead here, 2:20 left to go in this first quarter. And Eddie, the dedication today of the field right down the street to Lou DeFlippo, the former great coach in Derby. We'd be remiss if we did not send our condolences to the family of Joe Gesick, who was a big part of Seymour football and the athletic director for many years. I know he gave me my first head coaching position, who passed away a couple of days ago, and we send our condolences, and he's certainly going to be missed here in Seymour.
The words I would use to describe Joe Gesick, tremendous dignity, class,
just a great guy to be around. Always had that dry sense of humor, always had that great story for you, and just great person. And I know he was very close to my father-in-law, and he's going to certainly be missed. And with the dedication of that field down the street, it's nice to remember a man like Joe Gesick.
Well said, buddy. And again, our condolences to the Gesick family. Dixon picks up the ball on the kickoff, and he's going to be brought down.
Penalty flag in the middle of all that also, so we'll see how they sort it out. But right about the 30-yard line, there's a yellow flag, and that usually will go against the kicking team.
One more point, if I may add, about Joe Gesick. He really developed and guided the Seymour athletic programs in the formative years here in Seymour High School.
Interesting call as Kevin Moreland is talking to the Seymour captains, and they're taking a lot of time here to decide whether they want this one. Clipping penalty against Stratford, and it will move them back from the spot, so they will move back about a long way. Wow, that's a long one. About 7 yards from where the tackle was made. So they're going to start at about the 15-yard line with their second possession of this football game.
First down for Stratford after the mark-off. And Thomas Hunter is back in on the offense. Wondering what kind of an effect that gimpy ankle is having on Thomas Hunter. Picks up a short yardage on first down out to the right side.
Base play of this offense is that belly play. You see him following the guard, Haran, number 55. Hunter trying to get off tackle on that. He picks up about 2 yards. It'll be a second for this Red Devil football team.
So once again, that no-huddle offense. A counter play. It's going to go nowhere. Sadek led the charge for Seymour.
Sadek staying at home on a little bit of an inside reverse, and that's about a 7-yard loss for that Red Devil football team. Seymour doing an excellent job here this series reading that wing T, and it's a tough offense to get accustomed to. You have to see it a few times before you can really get to reading the guards and to getting into trying to take away the inside counter.
Red Devils backed up inside their 10. They send Duarte in motion, and a pass over the middle is broken up.
Darius Charles just comes straight down the line of scrimmage. They just try and get the ball to him about 1.5 yards over the line, and he's just unable to get it. It's a little inside screen. No conversion. It's going to bring up a punting situation for the Red Devils. Under 50 seconds left to go in this first quarter, and both teams have had 2 possessions in this first quarter.
Duarte punting from his end zone, and he sails one over the head of Tony Day, and the ball rolls dead at the 36-yard line of Seymour, and Mike Duarte has put Stratford out of the hole.
That's a nice weapon to have as he was backed up inside his 10, unloaded an outstanding kick. Got a good bounce, and it's going to put Seymour back at their 35, their third possession here with 40 seconds left to go in this first quarter. And Seymour offense has done an excellent job here with the first 2 series. We said in the pregame that Brian Moore would have to be able to execute Bobby Kello's offense, and he certainly is able to do that so far in this first quarter.
Let's see what kind of an offensive set the Cats are using. They're using the double tight end. Scabby is the right tight end, and Sadek lined up on the left side. I-back formation and a single wide receiver. And Moore wants to put it up on first down. He overthrows an open Sadek. Sadek was defended by Jeremy Colazo.
Good 7-step drop. Brian Moore sets up. Sadek runs straight down the field. Has his defensive player beaten, but the ball is well overthrown, as you can see. And Brian Moore has to bring that one down a little bit, but a good play because it'll stretch the defense and it causes the Red Devils to think a little bit about the deep pass.
Second down for Seymour. Line of scrimmage is the 35. Just seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Stratford showing blitz. The give is today. He is slowed up.
That's our boy.
Thomas Hunter. That's why he's an all-state linebacker, buddy.
He came on that blitz. He hasn't been in there on defense. He just comes right up the gut, breaks down and makes the stop right here as Day just has no place to go, and Hunter will not let him get away. A loss of about 2 for Seymour.
5'11", 230-pound senior. So 3rd and 12. Line of scrimmage is the 33, and that'll do it. We've completed one quarter here at the Barber Field in Seymour. Our first quarter score, Seymour 13, Stratford 6.
I could never have asked for more. I could not have had a better child. He gave me all the love and all the joy a parent ever hopes to get from a child. I want people to remember my daughter's face. I want them to remember her name. How many more Elizabeths will be killed before this senseless slaughter stops? Why do we keep killing our children? There is no physical pain that compares to the pain of losing a child. Do whatever it takes.
Welcome back, everyone. As we begin the second quarter of play here at the Barber Field in Seymour. Seymour leads at 13-6. They have the football. They have a 3rd and 12 from their 33. Senior quarterback Moore throws it out to Day, and Day is going to be brought down by number 41, Bill Beecham.
Beecham got a piece of that jersey he wasn't letting go. There's a penalty in on this one. A little throw into the flat, and a good job covering by Bill Beecham, the senior. You see Kevin Moreland again talking to Francis Cheney, who is the captain. It's a holding penalty, and it's going to be refused. Watch Day just slide from his slot position right out into the flat, and good throw by Brian Moore, but an excellent job on coverage by Beechamp. And he gets a piece of that 24 jersey, and he's not going to let go.
Dixon along with Alexander back deep for Stratford. Moore will punt it away. Bryan standing at his 20. A short punt. Taking a Seymour roll, it kicks out of bounds at the 41 of Stratford.
Got a penalty here. We'll see what it's for. They're counting heads. They think there's more than 11. They got 11 here, and I think Seymour's got 12, and I think that's what the question is. Somebody's got more than 11 players on the field, and I just counted the white. They seem to have 11. We'll see if it's Seymour. Kevin Moreland's getting a workout, as you see Paul Sponheimer asking for an explanation. So it's a penalty against the Red Devil football team on participation, illegal participation. So Seymour will get a 5-yard penalty, and they will kick it again, and we'll go through this one more time.
Line of scrimmage now the 36-yard line, and again, back deep, we have Dixon along with Alexander. And again, Moore to kick it away. And this time it's a better punt. Melvin Dixon on the other end. Dixon gets it outside.
Bye. Goodbye.
40,
got one guy to beat.
30-yard line, cuts across the middle, and then is unable to keep his feet as Dixon brings it all the way down to the 11-yard line. Finally tripped up by the punter, Brian Moore.
We kiddingly said, what else could Brian Moore do? But he just saves a touchdown here, as this is a great return. Number 5 for the football team, Melvin Dixon, for Stratford. He gets down the sidelines. He's going to have 3 guys ahead of him in white and 1 blue jersey to beat, and this 1 blue jersey does a great job, Brian Moore, right here, of just getting in and getting a piece of the ball carrier and making the stop, preventing the touchdown.
First down for Stratford, just outside the 10-yard line. Thomas Hunter down to the 2-yard line. He's tripped up by Moore again, but Hunter is a handful.
Great job on the trap play as he just comes in, makes a little cut, and then it's a foot race. Again, number 2, Brian Moore, there to make the stop and prevent the touchdown, but it'll be a first and goal from about the 2-yard line.
So first and goal. Let's see if Hunter gets the football. The quarterback is Navarro. It's Hunter.
Boom, he's tough to bring down.
And he gets in for the score.
Little belly, Moore just hits inside, gets hit at the line of scrimmage, does not go down. 6 points for the Stratford Red Devils.
So a lot of time left here in the first half already. Both teams have scored twice. And Stratford going for the 2. Navarro to throw, cannot get it off. Alapet came through the line to take down Navarro. A flag dropped on the play. And, buddy, we've had an awful lot of flags here in this football game.
A little surprised that they would go for 2 when 1 would tie it, but coach may not have confidence in his kicker. As he gets outside, he gets pressured right away. Number 57 is all over him, and he's unable to get the ball away, and it will be a 13-12 football game, 10:41 in this second quarter. A lot of scoring here early in this football game. Both teams with 2 touchdowns. Both teams showing that they've got an offense, and question at the end of this one may be how well your defense performs in the 3rd and 4th quarter.
Well, last year's game, we mentioned it a couple of times. It went down to the wire. That's the game down at, it was actually played down in Bunnell High School under the lights. And Seymour was behind by 2 scores entering that 4th quarter. It was 26-13, and the Wildcats came back, scored twice. Matter of fact, it was Brian Moore had a key play in that winning touchdown drive. There is a look at the head football coach of Stratford High, Wk1. So Duarte will kick it off for the Red Devils. Seymour holds on to a 13-12 lead, and we've got another flag. Maybe an encroachment. That's what it is. It's an encroachment. So that's going to be brought back 5 yards on the kickoff. Day along with Petruni back deep for the Cats. It's short, and it's off the hands of Scavvy. That's a free ball picked up by Petruni. Petruni is going to be taken down by number 40, Terrell Jeter, on the stop.
Ball bounces off the hands there of number 45 for Seymour and then picked up. Petruni gets drilled right there by Jeter, right at about the 33-yard line. So it'll be Seymour's 3rd possession here in this football game, and, or excuse me, 4th possession. They scored twice, were stopped last time with the punt. They will take over on the 33.
1st and 10 for the Cats. A lot of time left here, as I mentioned in the first half of play. Stratford is showing blitz. And Moore goes up the gut on it, actually splits the linebackers and picks up some good yardage on first down. Brian Moore.
Not a good sign for your defense when you run a blitz and the quarterback's able to pick up 4 on a sneak. One thing Seymour has done, Eddie talked about their trips early on. They've doubled their tight end. They've created 7 people along the line of scrimmage against the 6 down people that the Red Devils have on their 6-man front. They really have a little bit of an advantage, blocking advantage, and they've been taking advantage of that fact that they've got 1 extra person there and trying to run the football right at the Red Devil defense.
And that's the formation Seymour's in right now, the double tights. Sadek and Scabby are the tight ends. 2nd and 5. The Barber. Check that. That is sympathy.
Drop the football. Looks like it's going to be a white possession.
Stratford comes up with the loose ball.
Cheney is the guy who comes away with it. Sympathy got hit pretty good as you look at Paul Smonheimer there. They just come with the belly, and Sympathy breaks the line of scrimmage right here. He's going to get hit pretty good by number 13.
That's Del Benny.
And Del Benny causes the ball to come loose. You'll see Cheney come in on it right there for the recovery, and it's going to put the Red Devils in excellent field position at about the 42-yard line of the Wildcats.
So Seymour has turned the football over, and Stratford's in business at the Seymour 42. Navarro just winds up and throws it downfield. The jump ball and catching
He's
the
in
ball.
bounds. Come on, baby. He's in bounds. Got a shuffle here. Whoa, he had his feet in it.
Well, let's see it on replay, buddy.
I didn't see whether he had the ball on me.
They called it incomplete. They called him out of bounds. It was Charles
they
who
called
came
him
it
no
up.
possession when he got out of bounds.
Is that the call? All right.
Right here, he is in bounds when he catches it, whether he's got possession. Boy, his foot's there. That's a catch. He's not bobbling anything. That is a catch. He has yet to bobble it, and he had 2 feet in. Plus a penalty here. Things not going good for the Red Devils on this one.
It's a holding call against Stratford, and they're on the football. They have a 1st and 20. The new line of scrimmage is the 48-yard line, their own 48. Lawson, maybe a yard on the play.
Good job by Sympathy that time. He closed the outside off very quickly, number 31. Again, you see number 55, Horan, trying to get to the corner. Good job by Sympathy as he prevented the ball carrier from getting up the field, and it's a big 2nd and long for Stratford.
2nd and 19, ball at their 49. Wing T look. Navarro play fake, throws it over the middle. He completes it to Hanna, the tight end, and he is taken down by Macia.
And guess what? There's another yellow flag in the middle of that one. This one's going to go against Seymour. Roughing the passer. So that's going to be a big mistake for the Wildcats. Watch as Navarro releases the football. Can't see it. He gets hit pretty good. Gets the completion. He's going to get a penalty tacked down, and it's going to be a 1st down.
Once again,
timeout for the Wildcats here with 8:53 left to go in this 1st half.
Once again, buddy, we see that new rule, and that is simply that when you have a forward pass that's completed beyond the line of scrimmage, beyond the neutral zone, and you get a roughing penalty against your passer, there's not going to be, the offense is not forced to have an option there. They just tack on the 15 yards from the end of the run. And that has really cost the Wildcats. The line of scrimmage will now be the 29-yard line. 29-yard line. So Cats are up by 1, and we thought it was going to be an entertaining game, and thus far it has been.
Certainly been an entertaining 1st half.
A lot of flags. A lot of flags.
A lot of offense also, but you're right. There are a lot of flags. Usually in the 1st game you would expect some mistakes, but we've had an awful lot for even the 1st game of the year. It's been a long 1st half, too, as Eddie looks at his watch. We've got 8:53 left to go here, and it's been a pretty long one, but the scoring will do that, and the flags have taken their toll.
If you like offense, you stay with us. You're going to see an awful lot more, I do believe. First down for the Red Devils at the Seymour 29. Lawson in motion, play fake, and Navarro just winds up, throws down the far sidelines again to his favorite receiver Charles.
Again, the quarterback Navarro just comes out of the fake and hoists the football up. Really, they're just throwing down, allowing that outside receiver to run by people. Excellent coverage by Seymour. Brian Moore with great coverage there, and it'll bring up a second down for Stratford. As you get a look at Wildcat there on the phones. Got an excellent offense going for himself here in his football team.
2nd and 10 from the 29. Thomas Hunter for good yardage, close to the 20. Day on the tackle for Seymour.
Seymour's going to have to close this play down if they're going to win the football game. Hunter just comes straight ahead. Again, it's a base play of this wing T, but the fullback has to be stopped in this offense. We saw that last night with Naugatuck. The fullback was taken right out of the offense by Shelton. You've got to do that to win the football game.
3rd and short for Stratford at the 22.
That's what you have to do right there.
Hunter is stopped. He's going nowhere. 3, 4, 5 Wildcats in on the play.
Good job inside by the Barber, Thomas, Alapat here with Sympathy and Sadik. They do a good job all over number 34. Thomas Hunter, and he is short of the first down. It'll be a big 4th down here for Stratford as they're going to go for it here and back to that wing T split set. Good job again by Seymour.
Handoff, that is Duarte. He is stopped by Macia, and it's well short of the yardage needed for the first down. And Seymour will take over on down.
Hunter's the lead blocker. He kicks out, does a good job, but excellent job by number 18 for Seymour. Macia closed it right down, prevented the first down, and Seymour will take over at about the 21-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
Buddy, we have a break in the action, and let's take this quick timeout.
We've hired world-renowned Swedish chef Sven Morgan to cook his famous flaming Swedish meatballs over Pergo.
Stopped Stratford's last possession down at their 20-yard line where the Cats take over. I-back formation. Single wide out to the right side, double tights. And Moore wants to put it up, and underneath completes it to the tight end, Sadik. Loose ball. Let's see if the ball squirted out of bounds. 41 to defender Bill Beecham. That's what happened.
This is a great pass. You watch 89 come from the top of your screen, just underneath. They drive everybody deep and then just send Sadik underneath. Good throw by Moore, and he does a good job. Sadik does once he gets the football. Lost it there, able to make the recovery, but a good job running with the football once he makes the catch.
1st and 10 for Seymour at their 32. The Barber is the up back. Tony Day is now the tailback. And Tony gets the football. He's going to be stuck right at the line of scrimmage. Thomas Hunter and friends. Joe Galick, also the other linebacker on the stop.
Day comes inside, tries to leap here, but not going to go very far. He hit 64. Medina with the first hit. Got help from number 34, Hunter, and it'll be a 2nd and 10.
Now the Wildcats go to a single tight end set. Macy along with Petruni out to the right side. 2nd and 10 from the 32. Moore on the option. Makes the read, puts his helmet down, and crosses the 35. Short yardage on the 2nd down carry.
You could hear that hit up here on Hunter and Moore as Moore makes the fake. He turns it up inside, and it closes down very quickly here. See Hunter right there getting a piece of him. He'll make the stop, but pretty good pop there between Moore and Hunter. As you get a look down at the sidelines, all those Wildcat paws on the helmet. It'll be a 3rd and long, 3rd and 7 for Seymour here at the 35-yard line.
Cats go back to a double tight end set. Right tight end to the right side, flexed a little bit. That's Scavvy. That inside screen, Tony Day. Down to the 40, still on his feet. taken down from behind. Tony Day taken down by number 9, Francis Cheney.
This is a great alley here for Day as he comes under on the screen. Watch the tackle and guard get out. As Day comes back inside, he's going to get some great blocks here. Right there, number 76. Then he just outruns people. Good block there from 59, and then Day makes a cut. Again, number 59 does a good job staying on his block, allowing Day to get down to about the 28-yard line, 27-yard line for Seymour.
Anthony Day, Mr. Excitement.
That was Troy Soboleski on the block there, number 59 for Seymour.
First down for Seymour. Moore hands off inside. I was going to say fake. He faked me out. It was DeBarber taking the football on first down.
Little inside trap, similar to what Stratford is running, and a good job by DeBarber getting ahead for about 5 yards.
And Hunter again.
Hunter's all over the football field. That's why they play that 6. You play a 6-man front, put Hunter at the middle linebacker, and let him go tackle to tackle. He's got great speed, and he's got great ability. Excellent nose for the football, and that's what you do with that middle linebacker, and you expect him to make all those tackles, and he is.
Well, Seymour trying to spread the field now. They have Petruni and Macia out to the left side, out of your picture. Second down. And Brian Moore on the option. Fakes it to the fullback and takes it himself inside the 20.
Moore is very aggressive after he makes the fake here. He makes that fake, and he is looking to get the football up the field. Turns it up. He's going to be very close to that first down. That's what you want with an option quarterback. After he makes that read, his next 3 steps are very important. He's got to be very aggressive to the mesh and then very aggressive to his option key, and he does that. Brian Moore does that very well.
Third and about a foot to go at the 18. DeBarber, the fullback. The tailback is Day. Moore keeps it. First down inside the 10.
In the Shelton game, we were very impressed with the running ability of Jay Wilson, and here you've got to be impressed with the running ability of Brian Moore as he looks to take the football every opportunity he can, and he's done an excellent job. There's no person forcing him to make the pitch, so his coach tells him until somebody forces you, turn it up and run, and Brian Moore's been doing that all afternoon. Stratford has to get somebody on the quarterback. They're allowing the quarterback too much room running that football off the option.
We got a first and goal at the 9-yard line, just inside the 10. Petruni out of your picture, out to the left side. And we've got some flags dropped. The whistle is blown.
This is a great drive by Seymour. They started and have moved the football right down the field, taking a lot of time off the clock here, but an excellent drive by the Wildcats. They were first and goal now at about the 9. They're going to be first and goal just inside the 15. So those type of mistakes down inside the red zone can kill a drive, especially a touchdown drive here. We'll see if Seymour can overcome that penalty. Because now they got first and 15 instead of the first and 10.
Day swings out wide to the left, out of your picture. Single setback. Moore is looking for Day on that, is that a slip screen?
Same play they just ran. They had big yardage on. This time,
Beecham on the stop, bud.
again, the fact that you're down at the 15 allows the defensive secondary to be up closer, but this time a lot of people right into this and no place to go for him. Number 41 does a great job. That's Bill Beecham, and he's right in on that one. It'll be a second. And again, that 5-yard penalty may not seem like a lot, but down inside the 10 around that area, when you get moved back, it changes what you want to do with your goal line offense. And Seymour, I don't think, wanted to come out and throw on first and goal, and they head to that time. And now Bobby Keller is going to be forced to take a timeout as their offense now, just because of that penalty, is a little out of sync as Bobby Keller and Paul Sponhammer go out to the offense.
You know, Bud, before I forget, in the excitement of this football game, both of us, of course, wish that we want to send out our best wishes to Mike Mudry, who has been under the weather. He's had a recent illness. He is the director of athletics up here at Seymour High School. And Mike, we know, does just a fabulous job up here at Seymour. And we just wish Mike the best, and we hope that everything's all right, and he'll be back in his familiar position here at Seymour.
I know he had a knee operation, I think, early on, and we wish him well, and it's not the same without you out here. And Bobby Kello's wife there with his little puppy, two good-looking dogs there, and Bobby's wife in the stands enjoying a beautiful, beautiful day here at Seymour DeBarber Field. And she has to be pleased right now with the Wildcats enjoying a 13-12 lead, and it looks like they may get in for another one here, although that penalty has certainly hurt them.
But let me also mention, too, that in place of Mike, who's really irreplaceable, is the acting AD here at Seymour is Bill Davis. He's doing his level best to keep things running here athletically in all the Seymour High School football programs.
And there's a cute-looking, I hope, young man, but I'm probably going to be wrong. But again, a lot of youngsters out here today. It's just a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day.
Glad we don't have to play, though, because it is a little warm.
Real summery kind of a day.
And in the third and fourth quarter, it is going to take its toll on this game.
Let's face it, the calendar still says it's summer. You don't really expect this weather, though, in mid-September. Moore's going to put it up, or is he? He throws short as he's driven out of bounds. The Barber was in the area.
Is that Easley, number 54, who ends up driving Moore to the sidelines? Right here, he avoids number 33 for the intended sack, but then Easley catches up with him, and Moore unloads it before he is knocked out of bounds. Dumas was the first guy there. Brings up again a 3rd and long for Seymour at the 15.
Seymour leads it. We've got a little bit more than 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Seymour 13 and Stratford 12. Day out to the left. Moore under pressure. Now gets it off. It's going to be picked off by Stratford. Ball is turned over. Francis Cheney. Eric, senior tri-captain.
Moore was pressured the last time he threw a ball he shouldn't have. He was lucky to get away with it. This time he does the same thing, and he throws the ball right to Cheney. Good pressure inside. Again, number 63, Tracone, forces him to throw it. Cheney there with the interception. And Seymour, 1st and goal from the 9, turns the ball over and gives it back to the Red Devils. Their offense will start on about the 15-yard line.
So Stratford come up with the ball on a turnover. Throwing the football is Navarro. He's throwing it out for the tight end, Hanna.
Hanna's wide open. Navarro just doesn't get the football to him. The good, excellent boot action, and then coming out of the bootleg, Navarro just overthrows the intended receiver. Good throw, though, but just out of the reach. Brings up a 2nd down for this Red Devil football team, and they have continued the no-huddle offense.
And they have exactly 2 minutes left to go. That incompletion stopping the clock. 2 minutes left in this first half. Duarte, a short pickup on 2nd down.
Good stop by number 31 for Seymour, Matt Sympathy, who makes the stop on that inside power. Timeout being taken. 1:48 left to go. I don't know who took that one, whether it was Seymour or Stratford, but gives us an opportunity here to catch our breath a little bit. 2 games in less than 24 hours. Last night, not a good opening for Naugatuck. Today, both football teams playing very well, able to take advantage of whatever mistakes have been created, but both teams able to sustain drives and got some excellent young football players for both teams. Brian Moore and Tom Hunter certainly have been impressive in this first half.
You know, I'm looking at my watch again. You mentioned
we're not
that
going to make mass here. It's going to be tough to get to church tonight.
And there, speaking about Naugatuck and you were, there is in the middle of your picture, that's Coach Peters, and to his, and well,
Bobby Harrison.
Picture-wise, to the right, that is, it's to Craig's left, but to the picture, the audience is right. That's Bob Harrison. Craig Peters.
Just to his right is the offensive line coach, former coach here.
Vinny Grisevich.
that staff has been together for a while down in Naugatuck, and they do an excellent job. And as I said last night, one thing about Naugatuck is they get better week to week. And they'll be on telemedia later on against this Seymour Wildcat football team.
3rd and long for Stratford, and Navarro is hit as he attempts to pass, and it passes just floats harmlessly to the turf. Kevin Mullen on the pressure.
Mullen does an excellent job on the blitz. He gets up inside. As Navarro goes to unload, he gets drilled. Luckily, the ball falls incomplete for the Red Devils. They'll force to punt the football here. Tony Day is going to get back deep, and Seymour looking to set up a return to get that 2-minute offense on the field, because they should have pretty good field position. Well, the last time, an excellent punt here.
Let's see if Duarte could repeat
this time.
Not a bad punt, but nothing like the last time.
It's a great roll, though.
It sure does, and Day just wisely gets away from the football. Rolls dead at the 39 of Seymour. So let's see what the Cats do with it. They've got a 1:33 remaining. Buddy, I did some reading in the National Federation of Rule Books, and you and I know that last year they made some changes. The clock has stopped a lot more in high school football.
To the game.
Oh, it sure has, but you might be interested to know that the average, that they took a survey of all the high schools in the country, and really the length of high school football games on the average has been affected in this way: 9 minutes more on an average. I don't know if we're seeing that here.
We went over 2 hours last night. We're going to go well over 2 hours today. So
but the average increase, again, they found last year 9 minutes. So they did a lot of discussion in the off-season to see if they wanted to retain the same kind of rules, and they decided they'll stay with it. Get a lot more football. First down for the Cats, and that is Day. He's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage by Del Benny. Joe Del Benny, a 6 foot, 195-pound senior outside linebacker.
Del Benny just holds his ground on this inside counter. Defensive end position, just sitting, waiting, and does a great job. We're back live.
And Moore sets up and completes it to John Petruni down to the 46-yard line. And Francis Cheney takes him down there. And the Cats showing their no-huddle offense, their 2-minute drill.
45-yard line of Stratford.
Good post pattern that time for the first down.
Split backs this time for Seymour. Moore sitting back there. He's going to be taken down for a loss on the play. 61, that is Randy Troncone, 5'11", 190-pound senior.
Moore had the time. He just ran out of time, but he had enough time to unload it. Troncone will finally beat the block and get up inside. You see, Moore's got pretty good time and then finally runs out, but Seymour's trying to get a deep pattern in. He just ran out of time.
2nd and long now, and Moore will run the option, and he takes it himself into Stratford territory down to the 49-yard line. 63, Mike Troncone, younger brother of Randy, on the stop for Stratford against Seymour on the football. 3rd down at the 49, 3rd and 14. Line to make is down to the 36. Moore on a fly pattern. Is it a catch or not? If it is, it's a great catch. The good hands of Petruni, incompleted pass.
Again, Brian Moore, 3-step drop, gets the ball up to the sideline. Petruni going down will extend, dive. Looks like he had the football, but he may have been out of bounds. Looked like he caught it, but out of bounds, and it'll bring up a 4th down with 5 seconds left to go in this first half. If that is the correct time, which it is in this league, they keep it here, correct? So 5 seconds. Wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, Seymour just going to run a play and let the clock run out here rather than punting.
So Moore is going to throw it on 4th down, and almost a great catch by Petruni on the near sidelines down at the 36. Goes incomplete. Time has run out here in the first half from the Barber Field in Seymour. Our first half score is Seymour 13 and Stratford 12. We'll be back with our halftime show right after these messages.
Servicing the Valley since 1949.
On the big highway of life, there's only real life even when I drive.
Welcome back, everyone, and we are at the Barber Field for halftime. The Seymour High School Pom-Pom girls on the field.
say boom, boom, boom. Now what the doctor say, well, hey-oh. Boom, boom, now let me hear you say, well, hey-oh. Say boom, boom, boom. Now what the doctor say, well, hey-oh. Say boom, boom, boom. Now let me hear you say, well, hey-oh. Say boom, boom, boom. Now what the doctor say, well, hey-oh. There it is. Yeah, back in the room. Ready to rock the world with the music. So I hope you can stand the vibration. Because we're about to rock the entire nation. Alright, here we go. Say boom, boom, boom. Now let me hear you say, well, hey-oh. Say boom, boom, boom. Now what the doctor say, well, hey-oh. Say boom, boom, boom. Now let me hear you say, well, hey-oh. Say boom, boom, boom. Now what the doctor say, well, hey-oh. Boom, boom, boom. Now let me hear you say, well, hey-oh. Say boom, boom, boom. Now what the doctor say, well,
Who's hot, who not? Tell me who not, who's still out in the stores? You tell me who flop, who caught the blue drop, who jewel drop top, who knows the Gucci bag?
Thank you to both the Seymour Pom-Pom girls and the Stratford Red Devil Pom-Poms. They did an outstanding job here at halftime. We'll be back to start the second half. The score, Seymour 13, the Red Devils from Stratford 12.
I used to get severe headaches.
I hurt my back at work.
For your free consultation with the Accident Injury Therapy Center's I Feel Good Naturally.
Being a teenager these days can be pretty rough. Sometimes you just need someone to talk to. Someone who's been there and understands. Someone who will just listen. And if you want it, offer some good advice. Well, now there's the peer-to-peer Valley Warm Line, staffed by teenagers who are there to listen and help with your problems, whatever they might be. The peer-to-peer Valley Warm Line. Let's talk about it.
Welcome back, everyone. And Stratford tries an onside kick to begin the second half of play. And Seymour falls on it. They're going to have excellent field position. Let's go to our early third quarter feature. Just coming out of halftime, we present the Spirit Hall of Fame, brought to you by the Accident Injury Therapy Center.
Arnie Rehnquist has been the voice of Seymour football for over 15 years. Arnie's been involved with youth programs like Little League and Pop Warner for over 20 years. He says he'd rather watch a high school football game than the pros. According to Arnie, high school sports are pure athletics.
Doctors Jay and Stephanie Hockman of the Accident Injury Therapy Center are the proud sponsors of the Valley Spirit Hall of Fame. And we hope you viewers enjoy our new feature. It will be brought to you each and every week on our Cable 10 Sports Valley High School football schedule. So, Buddy, the Cats take over the onside kick.
Long halftime, Eddie. 30 minutes. Not in the rules, and other than letting the players catch their breath, very unusual.
Moore is going to be taken down by Bill Beecham on the first down play, the first play from scrimmage in the second half.
Beecham comes through untouched, and as Moore turns around, 41 is going to greet him right here. Never has an opportunity to get rid of the football. Big sack for the Red Devils. Seymour will be second and about 18 for that first down.
So the ball marked at the 39-yard line. Seymour leads at 13-12. Wildcats' first possession of the second half. High back formation. Day, the tailback, stopped in his tracks by Randy Truncone.
Draw play, you see number 76, Chris Thomas, trying to pull through, open up a hole for number 24, Tony Day, but Truncone right there on the stop. It's a third and again, about 18 for Seymour as we begin this second half.
Day flanks out to the left side to the top part of your screen. On third and long for Seymour. Moore, a deep drop, being pressured, gets it out. Incomplete. And again, Beecham all over the intended receiver as Moore swung it out to Scabby.
Here's a screen pass, and it takes too long to set up. By the time Truncone gets good pressure, Moore is too far back, and the play gives Beecham a chance to get over, and he lays a hit on the intended ball carrier, and it'll bring up a punting situation for Seymour. So excellent field position to start the drive, and the sack put them in trouble, and they're going to be forced to punt, and they're not punting the football.
Moore throws out of punt formation, and he completes it. That is Macia making the catch and taking the football down to the 32-yard line. Ryan Moore throwing out a punt formation.
Frank Warrecki Jr. and the spotters upstairs picked that one up because there's nobody on the outside coverage, and Moore just throws it to a wide open receiver. He picks the ball out of the air and gets that big first down. You see him break a couple tackles, almost goes the distance there as he's down inside the 30-yard line. A great call from upstairs for Seymour.
Finally taken down by number 48. That is Mike Alexander for Stratford, but not before Seymour has gotten that all-important first down, moved down deep into Stratford territory, and they have held on to the football. First down, and Moore simply drops the ball, but then he falls on it, so it'll be a 2nd and 10 coming up.
We saw the exchange problems last night with Naugatuck, and again, quarterback never gets the football. As Eddie said, he just covers it up, not taking any chances, bring up a 2nd down for Seymour. Excellent play by Brian Moore on that pass play, and that may be a key. We can remember that one later on. That might be a key to this football game, as Seymour was forced to punt in that first possession, turned a punt into a big gain and excellent field position inside the 30-yard line of the Stratford Red Devils.
Line of scrimmage is the 27 of Stratford. 2nd and 10. Moore will pitch it out to Day, but Day is going to be stopped. Good contain for Stratford. Coming up from the safety spot is Darius Charles.
There's an adjustment from halftime. In the first half, nobody was taking the quarterback as he came out. This time he is met, forced to pitch early, and great coverage and pursuit by Stratford for a loss. And an excellent job by Stratford adjusting at halftime to the option. We've got a timeout here as Anthony Day has lost his jersey. He's coming off. He's going to have to get another jersey if he wants to continue on. As Paul Sponheimer along with Bob Kello right there getting Anthony Day a new jersey right now.
So a loss on the play, and Anthony appears to be all right.
Doesn't help the athletic budget, though, when you start ripping those jerseys.
Line of scrimmage now the 31. 3rd and 14. Line to make is down at the 17. Split backs, double tights, and Moore under pressure. Rolling to the right, flag is dropped. Moore throws it. It's picked off at the 15. Francis Cheney.
2nd interception for number 9, Francis Cheney. He got one just at the end of the first half, and this one is excellent coverage. Moore comes back. He's going to break to the near side as he feels pressure. The hold right there, you'll see the flag come out from Kevin Moreland, so there would have been a holding penalty, but as Moore goes to the out-of-bounds marker, he throws the football again. Cheney with a great interception. Stratford will take over at the 15-yard line, so they dodge the bullet after that fake punt and pass, and they will start with their first possession. 8:30 to go in this third quarter. Ball on their own 15-yard line. They're staying with the no-huddle offense.
First down for the Red Devils at the 16, their first possession of the second half. Hunter inside, a flag is dropped.
Boy.
He bangs off a couple of the Wildcats, gets across the 20. Let's wait for the officials to sort matters out on the field.
He was down 3 times before they finally put him to the turf. It's going to be a hold against Stratford. You see Kevin Moreland make the signal, and going to put the Red Devils way back. Look at this guy unload here as he keeps his feet, drives ahead, just keeps breaking tackles. And you get this guy low, he's going to keep going.
And half the distance to the goal line on the assessment. Back to the 9-yard line it is. First down, first and long for Stratford. Navarro hands off inside. Hunter, he's going nowhere. Middle of that Seymour defense. The Barber. Scabby.
A lot of blue jerseys. Good job by number 76 standing up the center. No place to go here for, that's Thompson standing up the offensive center. Hamilton, and again, no place for Mr. Hunter to go on that one.
Second and long, football at the 9. Navarro rolling to the short side of the field, crosses the 15-yard line, taken down at the 17. The Barber, the initial hit for Seymour.
Navarro comes out of the bootleg and then just decides to put the ball down right away. Doesn't even look to throw it. Does a good job getting around the corner, and as he tries to cut back, the inside backside pressure picks him up. Finally knocked down by DeBarber. It'll be a big third down and about 7 for Stratford.
3rd and 7. Football at the 17.
Ooh, good job. Number 48 there.
Well,
Peter DeBarber caused that one as he got movement from the right guard. It'll cost the red and white 5 yards. Good job by Pete DeBarber there. Watch DeBarber with a little movement, and it causes the right guard to step forward. Lack of concentration of part of the offensive line there cost them 5 big ones. And that's Randy Tricone, a senior, should not have made that mistake.
Third and 12. Hunter, the fullback. Navarro's going to put it up, rolls to the wide side of the field, lofts it out there, overthrows the tight end. He had an open Fred Hanna, but he lofted it too far over Hanna's head, and it went incomplete.
Belly faking, and they roll to the far side. Navarro, as he puts the ball up, as Eddie said, Hanna is wide open. He just overthrows the intended receiver. Number 88 there never had an opportunity, and it's a punting situation for the red and white.
Duarte standing at his 1-yard line. And Day single safety. Day gets the ball at the 48 of Stratford. Short side of the field, brought down, hemmed in, out of bounds by number 61. That is Randy Truncone. And so the Cats, excellent field position.
Not a bad punt. Day comes to the near side, picks up a couple blocks. He gets the ball across the 40 there, you see, before Trancone runs him out of bounds. Seymour will start at about the 36.
Break in the action. Our third quarter score is Seymour 13 and Stratford 12.
I am
I'm the coach, George DeMayo, and I'm calling the best deal in town, the used car mart at Shelton Mitsubishi. Sedans, vans, utility vehicles, trucks, even these two, 12 and 13 in Shelton. Or call 1-800-BIG-MITS. Looking for a used car deal? Go to the mart. Cali football fans know I call them like I see them.
Don't buy the image. Cigarette smoking kills.
We're back, everyone. Seymour, of course, on the return by Anthony Day down to the 36-yard line. That's Sympathy out of the backfield, and the junior running back inside the 35 to the 34.
Watch number 54, Adam Easley, slide off the block here and get Sympathy. Good job by the senior, 6'3", 235, 245, really, Adam Easley, who's done an excellent job playing at the tackle position on offense and the down tackle on defense.
Ball directly at the 35-yard line. 2nd and 9 for Seymour. Lead by a point. Third quarter, DeBarber Field in Seymour. DeBarber is the fullback. Sympathy behind him at the tailback spot. Moore to the short side. Rolls, throws, incomplete. Scavvy along with Sadek were in the area for Seymour. He was throwing into heavy traffic there, Bud.
Joe Galick, number 34, the sophomore, has really an opportunity to make an interception here as Moore comes out of the bootleg. He again throws the football into a crowd. Right there, number 32 had an excellent opportunity for the pick. Did not come up with it. Broke it up, though, and it'll be a third, about 9.5 for Seymour.
Third down, 3rd and 9 for Seymour at the Stratford 35. Seymour leads it by 1. This non-conference matchup. Opener for both teams. Cable 10 Sports. Moore pumps. Now comes to the short side. Throws underneath to Sadek. Sadek at the 25. Tim gets it down inside the 20.
Good job on the scramble, but that one's going to come back. I think there is a penalty flag down there. Sadek got open as Moore scrambled. Good catch, reception, and run, but Kevin Moreland talking to the red and white. It's going to come back. Watch Moore now as he starts back, breaks to this near side. Will find Sadek wide open. Sadek does an excellent job avoiding a tackle right here. Again, that's Galick. He picks up a couple extra yards, but that one's going to come back on the penalty, a holding penalty against that Seymour offensive line, so it's going to back him up to the 45. Big third down here, 3rd and about 20.
The line to make is down at the 26-yard line. Petruni to the top part of your screen. Bottom part, that's Macia. And we've got an official's timeout. Hunter has to adjust his equipment. And now we resume play. Stratford in that basic 6-man front. Moore lines up, throws, completes it. Petruni. And I believe by the spot he has made the first down. Brian Moore.
Moore does an excellent job throwing the football, and Petruni does even a better job on the catch. Galick is part of the inside coverage, deep number 1 there, Colonzo, but just a great catch by Petruni, and then he's able to get forward for the first down inside the 25. So first down on that throw for the Seymour Wildcats. Great catch by Petruni on that one.
So first down for Seymour. Come back after the penalty. On the option, he gives to the fullback. That is the Barber, running well to the 12-yard line. Collazo on the stop from the secondary.
Fullback just comes right up the gut. No one home really for Stratford. First down for Seymour inside the 15 at about the 12.
Once again, Petruni will go out to the left side. Double tight formation. Scabby to the right side and Sadik to the left. The Barber is the up back. Moore holds on. Gives to, on the pitch, that's Day. Day down inside the 5 to the 4. Dragged down by Gaelic.
Moore comes out, forced to make the pitch. Gets the ball outside to Day. Watch Day avoid Hunter here. And then finally Gaelic wraps him up at the 10-yard line. Excuse me, the 5-yard line.
So second and short for the Cats. They need 2 for the first down, but I think they're looking end zone, of course. I-back formation, double tights. The Barber is the fullback. Waning moments, third quarter, the Barber. And the Barber, Peter, touchdown, Seymour.
If he's reading that, and by that I mean if he's reading the down blocks as a veer play, he's doing a great job. That's Brian Moore as he waits and waits and waits and lets the fullback finally have the football. Does a great job on the read, and it's another touchdown for the Wildcats here. All important, big extra point here. 8 would give them a cushion, but they could choose to go for the 2, which would give them a 9-point lead here.
Buddy, great job, a double team by Chris Pagliaro and Sobieski on the play. 3:05 remaining, and the Cats extend their lead to 19-12.
And Seymour's going to take that shot here.
Petruni out to the right. Moore inside, hands it off. The Barber again. Pete the Barber picks up the touchdown from 5 yards out, picks up the 2 points on the conversion.
Seymour's had great success in this drive, running the ball right up the middle. And you see DeBarber really untouched in for the extra point. And with that 6-man front, you've got that soft nose in the middle, and you do an excellent job of blocking on cross blocks. You can get in there, and just a great job, and I think a great call by the Seymour offensive staff to go for the 2 points. They've got a 9-point lead here in this third quarter.
New score, Seymour 21 and Stratford 12. Let's go to our third quarter feature. Our play of the week from the Shelton-Naugatuck game, sponsored by Shelton Mitsubishi.
Shelton Mitsubishi's play of the week.
Shelton. Let's see if Shelton goes for a quick strike. Single back, and Wilson will put it up and throws the long pass downfield. Touchdown to Matt O'Connell. So a 33-yard scoring strike from Jay Wilson to a split end, Matt O'Connell. And Buddy has already mentioned a real key sequence there, not only the touchdown, but the 2 points, meaning that Stratford needs 2 scores to go up on top. And this game, Buddy, has all the makings of last year's game. I didn't have a chance to see it, but I read and heard an awful lot about it. A game down at Bunnell. And Moore kicks it off. Melvin Dixon picks it up at the 10. And he's dangerous with the football. And he's still on his feet as he crosses the 30-yard line on the far side of the field.
Got a penalty on the 35.
I thought I saw that yellow flag come in there.
Where they threw it, it's got to go against the red and white because there were no blue jerseys really involved. It was way upfield, so it's actually ahead of where the tackle was made. Kevin Moreland has gotten a chance to really show his knowledge of the rule book. Clipping penalty against Stratford. Dixon picks the football up at the 10, and does a great job getting the ball back about the 30-yard line. You won't be able to see the clip because it's way ahead of where he is, but he's knocked down there at the 30, keeps his feet, finally brought to the ground by about 8 or 9 of the blue shirts. The penalty will put the ball back inside the 20.
At the 17, and that's where Stratford will operate, down by 9, and they're trying to get a player on the field. That's Charles that needs to come in.
Better take a timeout here because they're...
they may not get it off.
Well, they don't have that huddle, so they got an extra few seconds.
And they do get it off. Inside, when in doubt, you give it to Hunter. Thomas Hunter, 5'11", 230-pound senior.
Just tries to break outside on the belly. See sympathy all over him as he gets to the corner. Still picks up about 4 yards. Again, crowd here enjoying the day and able to work on their late fall suntan here as we have had a beautiful day.
Second down.
A lot of room. A lot of room.
That's Lawson coming to the far side, the wide side of the field. Marvin Lawson, 5'10", 175-pound junior, and he picks up the first down.
Not a lot of people in blue on this corner here as Lawson comes around. 71 trying to get around the corner to help him out, leading that play, but Lawson turns the corner, and you see number 2 there. Again, Brian Moore able to make the defensive play.
Moore going both ways, quarterback, plays in the secondary, all the kicking for Seymour. Scissors action for Stratford, and that goes to Duarte, and he's hemmed in after a short pickup.
This play has problems written all over it as they start out. There's a collision right there running into Moore. The ball carrier hits Moore, is able to pick up about maybe a couple feet, but not well designed that time for the Red Devils. They ran into problems at the hole.
So a pickup of only 1 on the play, 2nd and 9. The line of scrimmage is the 37 of Stratford. Handoff to Duarte, and he's stacked up behind the line of scrimmage.
Good defensive line play there for Seymour. As you see, number 59 and 57, they're getting down.
Alapat.
And Troy Soboleski there doing a great job of just tunneling in and blocking that hole up, preventing the ball carrier from making any real yardage. Actually lost about a yard.
3rd and long now from the 35. Just about a minute to go. Navarro tucks it down, wide side of the field, being chased by Sympathy, and Sympathy brings him down.
Great job by Matt Sympathy because he's going to stop Navarro, I think, about a half a yard to a yard short of that first down. It looked like Navarro was going to pick it up. Watch Sympathy come from the middle linebacker position and chase down number 12, Tony Navarro, as Navarro crosses that first down, gets very close to the first down right there, but Sympathy stops him about a yard short, and a big play here at the 45 of the Red Devils.
Oh, a tight formation, wing T look. Does Hunter get the football, or do we...
They did it again. They shifted, and they're going to pull Seymour offside.
They did it in the first quarter.
Second time. And again, we're going to have a conference, but that was the same thing they did in the first period to draw Seymour offside. Watch the shift now. The lineman will go down. The 2 outside people will widen. The quarterback steps back, and you got Seymour across into the neutral zone for the first down.
So the first down after the encroachment penalty picked up by Stratford. Ball at midfield. And this should be the last play, especially if it's a running play. Under 10 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. And before we get it underway, we've got another flag dropped by the near official.
If we get that up again, but take a look at the left and right guard, how far back they are in their alignment. They are not, their helmets are supposed to be even, at least with the numbers. You got to look straight down, but they're way back on that. And that's what the offensive wing T tries to do to create the pulling and the trapping penalty that time on Stratford, but you get a chance to look straight down the line. Notice how far back the guards and tackles are off the center in their offense. When I was coaching with Dan Heffern, he changed the numbers on the jerseys, lowered them so his linemen, the heads of his linemen could be back as far as possible to try and get around the rule. Danny was great at that. He was just a great offensive coach, but I remember that to this day.
And speaking about Dan Heffernan, the former football coach and athletic director here at Seymour High School, he is one of the many fans in attendance here at the Barber. And we have played 3 quarters at the Barber Field in Seymour. Our third quarter score, Seymour 21, Statford 12.
Hi, I'm Lauren, back to tell you in October.
We're back, everyone. And Paul Sponheimer out in the field.
I think he's got to be talking again about the shift. And that's what they're talking about, whether the linemen move. The interior linemen have no right to do anything except go down. And once they're in their stance, they cannot move again. But it looks pretty good from up here. And Stratford has made that work twice.
First and 15 for Stratford. And they pitch it.
Oh!
That's to Lawson. And
oh! Day is looking around like he just committed a murder, hoping nobody saw him, but
Tony Day
got a hand in there. Whether he got the helmet or the face mask, the question, but the ball carrier's head is jerked back on this one. Coming out on the option, Navarro gets the ball to the outside.
That's to Lawson.
Lawson, and watch right here. There is, ooh, that's a face mask, folks. It's hard to miss that one. And you saw Day there after that. He's just looking around, looking for the yellow flag, and happy to see that it was not thrown.
Second down now for Stratford at the Seymour 47. We're just into the fourth quarter.
Ooh,
and we've got movement on the interior of the Stratford line. That'll be 5 yards against them.
Once again, flag to whistle. 5 more against Stratford.
Number 65, 55, that's Patsy Horan. Just a little early start there for Stratford.
Patsy, one of the tri-captains, along with Tom Hunter and Eric Francis Cheney. Let me, we'll get a chance. We'll mention the quad captains for Seymour for this season. A little bit more than 11 minutes left in this football game. Regulation. Duarte breaks a couple of tackles and gets it down to the 45. The Barber on the tackle.
Number 68 has an excellent opportunity here to make a big defensive play. That's Mullen. He just doesn't hold on. Finally, number 48 for Seymour makes the stop, but about a 5-yard pickup.
They give to Hunter. He bangs off one defender, unable to really break free, gets a couple on the play. The Barber was the first one to get to him.
Big call here for Stratford as they are 4th and 5 at the Seymour 45 here, and realistically they can't afford not to make this one. It would give Seymour excellent field position. I don't think they're going to try the shift again, but you never know. I would bet on a punt here. Like I said,
Navarro just pushes off the pitch there.
Called it a forward pass.
Ruled it forward pass.
Seymour ball regardless, but
incomplete. It goes over to Seymour.
This is not a good play here, as there are a lot of people inside. Good job with pressure, and Seymour will take over at their own 44-yard line, but excellent field position here in this beginning fourth quarter here, as they're able to stop that Stratford drive. And I think that's if I was Stratford, I would have put the ball down deep and forced Seymour to move it. They need 2 scores, but not a time to get desperate here. Field position is still very important.
Petruni out to the top part of your screen. The Cats take over at their 44. And the give is straight ahead. That is DeBarber, 5'9", 190-pound senior captain, along with Moore, Pagliaro, and Day. Gaelic on the
great
stop.
success with the fullback. This time Gaelic, Joe Gaelic, the sophomore, steps up, does a good job taking DeBarber out of that offensive play. It'll be a second down for the Wildcats. Is the timeout, Kevin Moreland. Again, equipment here.
I don't know, but
Seymour is going to take a timeout.
I hope that it's only a cramp, but Alapat is grasping for his leg there.
Back of his leg. You're right, Eddie. I just noticed that. Number 57, the junior right guard, Alex Alapat, is definitely holding the back of his hamstring in there, the knee area.
And I would just
see him being helped off the field right there.
And that I would think would be the situation, because we talked about it a couple of times. It's really very warm and humid. It's really now become overcast, but thank goodness actually for this game that the sun at least is not out, because it's been rather humid. And so there is a timeout being taken by
the way they're working
Seymour.
on him right down in front of us, it looks like a leg cramp, so that's good news for Seymour. You see him there having that leg stretched out, and again, warm days, we talked about this a number of times in the past, but on warm days, you've got to replace that fluid or cramping can be a problem. Eddie's got his water bottle right here. He's ready, so you've got to replace the fluids, and sometimes just a little bit of salt and water can prevent and take those cramps away. As you see them trying to get some Gatorade into him on the sidelines.
You know, before I forget, I'd like to acknowledge the fact that we have a spotter from the freshman Seymour program. Seymour freshman program. That's what I really should say. Mike Lewis assisting us up here in the booth and doing a fine job.
He's got another assistant here too. Peter Claret is helping out here with the binoculars.
I've been trying to ignore Peter, but that's next to impossible. Moore on the read takes it himself for a pair. He elected to hold on rather than give to the pitch man.
He would have had a great player except for the backside pursuit. As he fakes here, he does a good job of faking the defensive end. But then number 33 comes up with the stop. That's Dumas. Picked up about one or two as you get a good look at Alapat on the sidelines, taking water and stretching that knee. And you see how they're trying to remove the cramps in that lower leg and the calf area to get him back into this football game.
Third down coming up for the Cats at their 47. On that inside handoff, they give to Day, and Day gets it down to the 49. Beecham on the stop. It's going to be short of the yardage needed for the first down.
Beecham comes off a pretty good block here from number 65 for Seymour. And I don't have his number in front of me, but he does a good job coming off that block to make the tackle. Not a bad block there, and I think they're changing jerseys here to get people in the game, so we're not going to be able to give that young man credit. But he did a nice job on that block.
I'm going to give it credit because I happen to have it in my notes. Pete DeBarber is number 65, so basically with Alapat going down, they had to give.
I love it. The fullback goes to guard because most fullbacks are just guards with 30 uniform numbers.
That's DeBarber, and now we have a delay of game penalty. So that's how thin Seymour is. Alapat is not in there, and they're really forced to. Then they bring in a different fullback, and DeBarber goes to the line to take over for Alapat.
I love that. I'll tell you, Kevin Moreland, the referee, has got more time on screen here than both offenses because we've had just an unbelievable amount of yellow flags. Seymour going to be forced to punt here.
And Moore is standing inside his 35, moves up, punts it away, sails it, nice punt. Melvin Dixon just stays away. It's going to roll dead, roll to a rest at the 32, and that's where the Red Devils will take over. We've got a break in the action in the fourth quarter, and our score is Seymour 21 and Stratford 12.
Hi, I'm the coach, George DeMayo, and I'm
programming supplier.
Will that cost more than cable?
It just might.
You didn't tell me that.
You didn't ask.
And why can't I get my local stations anymore?
To get local programming, you'll also need a regular antenna.
A regular antenna?
We have an excellent selection of regular antennas.
Local programming and no surprises.
I want my cable back.
We're back, everyone. Stratford takes over after the Seymour punt. They're down by 9. Fourth quarter, very good opener. The give
is to Lawson. Lawson to the wide side, trying to get outside to contain. Seymour does a rather good job. Sada, Day, and Machia all around the football for Coach Paul Sponheimer's team.
Lawson avoids being knocked down about 4 times here before he's finally wrestled to the turf. Excellent faking by Navarro. Ball gets to the outside. You see Lawson trying to turn the corner. Day gets a piece of him. Picks up about 5 yards on that play. And this drive is essential for the Red Devils. They've got to go the distance this time or at least get 3 points out of this.
Hunter, he bangs inside, but and he picks up the first down, but the clock is not going to be favorable for plays like that.
They've got time. We've got over 7 minutes, but this drive has to produce some points for this red and white football team. Again, you see Hunter, tough guy to get to the turf, strong upper body, continues that leg drive, picks up the first down.
First down at the 39, wing T look. This is Duarte.
Gets a block here.
Wide side. He's got the corner, 40-yard line, and he might have a score.
Got a shot.
And he's taken down, however, by Tony Day coming from the opposite side of the field, and only a speedster like Day could bring him down.
Great angle for you young guys watching this game for pursuit as Day comes from the top of your picture all the way across the football field, maintains a proper angle, does not allow the ball carrier to beat him into the end zone. He is going to make the stop. Right there, it looks like Duarte is going to go the distance. Day maintains that angle, and he's going to knock him out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. Great job by number 24, Anthony Day.
First and goal at the 9. They give it to Hunter, and Hunter is into the end zone. Touchdown, Stratford.
We said they had a score, and boy, I'll tell you, when Eddie said running plays won't do it, it took him 2 to get down there. It took about 35 seconds as Paul Sponheimer, not very happy with his defense. Hunter just bangs up inside, really untouched, and they are right back into this football game. Conversion right now, all important. They're going to go for the 2.
Navarro mishandles the snap, then he pitches it out and into the end zone for the conversion. That is Lawson.
Everything went wrong, and they had great results. The quarterback dropped the ball. A lousy pitch. Here's the ball on the turf. He picks it up. Good presence. Just shuffles it out to the side, and an excellent run here to get in there for the 2 points. Seymour should be thankful that that's not the game winner, because you'd hate to get beat on a play like that. 21-20 here, and a 2-point conversion by Seymour. Their last possession, all important to get that 9-point lead. We've got 6:25 left to go, and we got a good one here at the Barber Field.
And we expected it, and we've got one here. Again, it's only a brief 2-game series. 11-game season for high schools last year and this year, and that has matched these 2 teams from different conferences, and I'll tell you,
good crowd over there from Stratford. You get a look at the cheering section. They brought a lot of people here to Seymour, the red and white, getting their football team up, and right now that score is a momentum builder as the red and white kickoff team very up, very enthused, and they're getting a lot of help from their fan support.
That's what it's all about.
Important drive here for Seymour. They've got to maintain, try and take some time off the clock, not make a mistake. 6:25 left in this football game.
Well, Duarte, who set up the touchdown, will be kicking off for the Red Devils, and the Stratford players are really into this football game. Now, Seymour, again, with, as Buddy mentioned, 6:25, they've got to really hold on to this football.
Ooh.
Onside. Ooh. And fallen on by one of the Cats at the 48. Is that the Barber? Was that 65? Let's see if I can get the number. The Barber, 65, fell on the football.
That's going to help Seymour as they've got excellent field position right now. Duarte just kicked the ball straight ahead. Watch the Barber. Good hands. He's a fullback. Presence to just keep the ball right in front of him and then to cover it up. So Seymour with excellent field position on their own 48-yard line, and they just need a couple first downs here to put this football game into the locker room.
First down for Seymour at their 48. The crowd is into it. Tony Day. He's going to be stacked up. Maybe one on the play. Oh, Stratford into it. Palazzo.
I'll tell you, when Day gets the football, it looks like he's going to go a long way, but Colazzo and company close this down. There's a big hole here, right here, and then look at Colazzo come up. Gets help there, but he's on the bottom. He'll get credit for the stick. It looks like might have gotten help from Turcone also, Randy Turcone. Second, he only picked up about a yard on that play. 2nd and 9 for Seymour.
To the top part of your screen, that is Petruni. Double tights. Day is the tailback, and Aldo is the check that sympathy running out of the fullback spot, and Matt is belted after a short pickup as he gets into Stratford territory.
See number 32, Joe Galick, the sophomore, done a good job closing the middle down as he again takes the fullback, puts him to the turf. Be a big 3rd down here for Seymour. I don't think they'll risk going for it even at this point, but at this position on the field on 4th down unless they've got a yard or less to go. So big 3rd down here. Seymour's got to pick up about 6 yards.
3rd down play coming for the Wildcats. They want to hold on with just under 5 to go. Moore, short side of the field, has a receiver. He completes it. 1st down, Sadik inside the 45. Galick on the tackle, Palazzo.
Sadik has had some big catches here in this football game. No bigger one than this, as it will continue the drive. Moore comes out on the bootleg. Sadik wide open. Watch him catch the football, put it away, and then look to pick up extra yardage. 1st down at the 33, about the 33.5-yard line for the Wildcats. Again, you get a look at the crowd, and they are as active as the red and white. And that's the mom of...
That's Tim Sadik's mom.
Tim Sadik's mom.
You saw in the picture a while ago. Day hit once, and then it's Randy Truncone, who puts the stopper to Day before the senior speedster could get untracked.
Medina's going to get the first hit. Number 64, he comes off the block inside, unable to wrap Day up, and then Truncone gets help there also from one of the inside people, but loss of about a yard for Seymour, so it'll be 2nd and about 11. Just about 4 minutes left to go in this 4th quarter.
And what Seymour wants to do now is obviously to move the chains and just knock the clock down. We're under...
Not make a mistake.
Not
they don't
make a mistake.
Need a turnover here.
Correct. We're under 4. They lead it by a point. Day off the left side. The hole closes. Colazzo's been a force. Galick also around the football. Dumas also on the tackle.
Just a blast play up inside following the fullback. Day just trying to get whatever he can. It's not necessary to get any more 1st downs right here. It's just important that Seymour does not turn it over. Another 1st down would be great, but they're at the 31-yard line. They do not need to turn the football over.
Petruni out to the right side, double tight. Sadik the tight end to the right. Play fake. Moore scanning the field, rolling, throwing. It is tipped and almost picked off. In his hands, it was Charles who had the football. Drops as an incompleted pass.
Seymour dodges a bullet here. Again, Moore comes out. He's going to throw into a crowd. There are 3 white jerseys in the middle of this one as he tries to get the football. Actually 4. Ball is tipped, almost picked off by number 45, Darius Charles, and he's had a big game, the senior 6'3", 180-pounder. 4th down here for the Wildcats. 3:03 left to go in this football game, and unless Seymour converts here, the Red Devils are going to have an opportunity.
Seymour leads it 21-20. Our Cable 10 Sports Valley High School football game of the week. Week number 1. And Brian Moore calls a timeout and wants to talk it over.
Good timeout here by Seymour. The clock was stopped. Getting everyone on the same page here. You see over on the far sideline, head football coach for Stratford talking to his defense. They need one play right here to get the football back. They'll have about 2:45 to 2:50 on the clock in the huddle. Bob Kello on your left, Paul Sponheimer talking to the offense. They need about 7 yards for the 1st down.
We'll be making our presentation to the player of the game at the conclusion of this football game. That's sponsored by Seymour Oil. Once again, a reminder that next week we travel down to Shelton. Hamden against Shelton. That's an inter-conference, interdivision rivalry in the SEC. Hamden at Shelton. By the way, Seymour, speaking about tough opponents, they go up to Watertown in the NBL next weekend, and Watertown has quite a team. There's a handoff inside on 4th down. They decided on that. That was Sympathy well short of the yardage needed, and the ball will be turned over to Stratford.
Sympathy just comes straight up the middle. They've had good success on that, but number 64, Josh Medina, closed that one down, and the red and white are going to have an opportunity with just about 3 minutes left to go in this 4th quarter. By the basic fact that they have not kicked an extra point, I'm pretty confident that they're going to have to put a touchdown on the board in order to win this football game.
Quarterback who's gone all the way, the junior, Tony Navarro. Navarro will give to Lawson, and Lawson gets outside, wants to get outside. We got a flag on the play.
There was a hold going on out there. There was no question. As Tony Day comes up and makes the tackle, but there was a hold on the corner, and that's going to put this red and white football team way back. Kevin Moreland signaling the offensive holding. Right on the corner at the top of your picture, you're going to see right here the hold. Look at the jersey, and number 89 is obviously being held by number 25, allowing the guy to get around the corner, and that will be brought back
10 yards
inside the 20-yard line by the time they threw spotting this one, and it will put the red and white 1st and 20 from about the 18-yard line.
1st and 20 inside the 20-yard line, 18-yard line. That's Lawson in motion. Navarro under a rush, gets it off.
Oh!
Incomplete.
Oh!
Major hit.
Oh!
And that was Lawson, the intended receiver, and he was separated from the football.
Anthony Day. 5'8", 175. Watch this one. This is a highlight. Thank you. Oh, left nothing in the locker room on that hit. Oh.
And that was Lawson, the intended receiver, and he was separated from the football.
Anthony Day. 5'8", 175. Watch this one. This is a highlight. Thank you. Oh, left nothing in the locker room on that hit. Got him just as he caught the football, and he just leveled him.
2nd down. 2nd and 20 for Stratford. Time running down. They're down by a point. Backside pressure.
Oh,
they screen it.
The big guy.
Thomas Hunter still on his feet. Breaks a couple of tackles, but we've got another flag dropped on the field at the 32-yard line. Hunter on the screen.
I got a feeling it's going to be against the red and white, but Hunter just does an excellent job catching that middle screen and taking the football close to that 1st down marker, but it's going to put the red and white back. It's a clip against Stratford. I don't know if we can pick it up, but this is a middle screen. You see Hunter with the fake, and he just stands there. Navarro gets the ball over the head. See if we can pick up the clip. I don't know. It might have gone against 78 there. That's what it was. 78 got a piece, I think, of Anthony Day. Anthony Day's legs. If we can get that up again, I think you'll pick that up. But looked like it was number 78 against the white, as Stratford is going to take a timeout.
The officials will all sleep well here this evening because they have had, you mentioned it before, a real active first game, and we have had numerous flags.
In all fairness to the officials, there hasn't been one that they've missed here. Not that they've called them, they've all been there. They're penalties that are there. I thought the clip was there on that one on number 78, and looked like he got a piece of Anthony Day's leg. It's not that there have been penalties made up by the officials. It's just been real penalty. Well, they missed that face mask, right, as Ron Karka just mentioned. They did miss the face mask, but they got them all.
Buddy, while we have the opportunity before we resume action, one of the valuable members of our crew is leaving us after this first weekend of high school play. Jerry Kosterko, who has been doing this, who's been working on our telemedia sports crew for, I believe it's about 9 years now. And Jerry has decided that he's with his responsibilities up to telemedia, that he's not going to do this any longer. We may see Jerry from time to time along the way, but not on a regular basis. So congratulations to Jerry Kosterko for just a great job done all these years. One of the best members of our crew, Jerry, working the audio recently, and he's done other assignments too along the way. So we'll miss you, Jerry Kosterko. And
see how Clemens went right away with one of the best members of the crew. Guys, remember that.
Jerry actually responsible for the audio, making us sound good, so he's really been top-notch. Good luck.
I'm worried more about the guy with the camera than the voice.
Second and real long for Stratford. These penalties have really hurt them. And Navarro's going to just
got him wide open.
up. He's got Charles. The problem is he overthrows Darius Charles. Moore was back there along with Macia, and that's about Stratford's only hope now, unless they get somebody underneath.
Charles does not really start running until the ball's in the air. If he was running full speed, he might have had this one, but just overthrown. He is wide open on that one, and it'll bring up a big third. I think Stratford has all of their timeouts, so they may punt the football on fourth here if they don't make it and then choose to use the timeouts to try and get the ball back. But this is obviously a big play for Stratford.
We've got 2:25 remaining, third and over 20 yards to go, and Navarro just faced with just throwing the football. He does throw it short. That's number 40 with the football, and the ball is then separated. That was Terrell Jeter. The ball was separated, and Jeter fell on it. They retained possession, but Jeter had some room ahead of him.
Just an inside attempt to come under with the screen. As you see Jeter come back, catch the football right at the line of scrimmage, and then try and cross the field. Breaks the tackle here, and then finally is going to get wrapped up as he lost the football really before he was tackled. So fourth down here for Stratford. They have taken a timeout, so it'll be interesting to see what the call is for the Red Devils here with 2 minutes, 6 seconds, and there's a young guy right there. It's great to see all the young guys enjoying the football game and just having a great afternoon here at the Barber Field in Seymour.
2:06 and remaining on the scoreboard clock here at the Barber Field, and that time is official. Seymour 21 and Stratford 20. Our opening weekend of high school football on Cable 10 Sports. I mentioned it before, buddy. Really looking forward to traveling down to Shelton next weekend. And Hamden against Shelton.
Hamden comes in ranked number 2 in the state. They come in with what we thought last year were the best set of skill people that we saw. Many of them are still back in that backfield. And
Horace Clark.
It's going to be a challenge.
Horace Clark.
Horace Dodd.
Horace Clark is the Yankees.
Played for the Yankees. Good punch hitter, played second base.
Horace Dodd.
Horace Dodd and company. They're going to be a match for the Shelton Gales next week.
Meanwhile, back to this game.
Oh, they caught him again. Three times on the shift. 3 times.
Well, the only problem, though, buddy, you're talking about a situation where you've got a 4th and 15. All right, now, what do?
Well, they've gone off sides 3 times on this shift, and I guarantee that Seymour will not do this again next succeeding games, although they're not going to play Stratford. But Stratford has gotten their money's worth out of that shift. They've made it work 3 times in this football game.
They gained 5 yards, no time off the clock. Let's see what they do. 4th down. It's not going to work, fellas.
That's the way they go into their punt formation. And they're going to go for it here. Wow, that's not a good play.
Navarro throws, and it's well overthrown. Really didn't have a chance. Lawson was the intended receiver, and the Wildcats.
Seymour may have been fooled on the shift, but they were not fooled on that play as they had a number of people covering the outside receivers. They had 3 people in coverage here as they try and sneak a guy out of the backfield, and Navarro really never has an opportunity to complete this one. Threw it a little early, I think, but you see there's good coverage over there for Seymour. And Seymour will take over now with 2 minutes and 1 second left, and they really, all they have to do is just sit on the football, and that looks like fun. I'll tell you, what do you think? Peter and I, Claritas, are going to go out there and try that right after the game. That looks like fun.
So Seymour takes over the change of possession at the 29, a tight formation, and more straight ahead for a pair. Will wedge it out. Under 2 minutes to go. Each team is allowed 3 timeouts per half, and Stratford stops the clock. And Bob Kello calls his offense over to the sideline. We mentioned Seymour's next opponent, and Buddy, as all the reports are that Watertown is a very good team.
Excellent football team, and they've got a pretty good group of kids. They won their first game last night, and it's going to be a good matchup between Seymour and Watertown in Watertown next Friday. Did you see Bob Keller talking to the offense?
Stratford, meanwhile, Buddy, is going to be at home there as they get back to their Southwest Conference action, and Pomperog and Southbury will be at the Stratford.
Both of these football teams came into this game thinking playoffs, and one of these teams is going to go away with a loss. But both of these football teams at the end of the year are going to be around in the standings when it comes time to determine who's going to play in the CAAC playoff games. They're both quality football teams.
Stratford always one of the contenders in the Colonial Division of the Southwest Conference.
Seymour just returned the favor. A little bit of movement out of the backfield, and it drew the red and white into the neutral zone, and Seymour's going to pick up a 5-yard penalty here. Little movement out of the backs, and you see that penetration across the neutral zone. Seymour has an opportunity now to pick up a first down and to really put this game away.
So the line of scrimmage becomes the 22-yard line. It is a second and short for Seymour. The line to make is the 19. You talk about a tight formation. That's a tight formation. And wedging it is Moore.
Good offensive line drive by Mullen, Pagliaro, Sobolewski. I don't know whether Alopat's back in there, Thompson and Sadik, but boy, they did a good job of driving that red and white off the ball. They're going to pick up the first down, except for that yellow flag again in the middle of that one.
Alopat is in there.
What's that? Patting on the keister. I'm not sure what that one is. I think pushing the player ahead illegally. Is that call? Well, told you we're seeing the rule book here today. I've never seen that one called. Big thing for Seymour is the clock is running.
Peter DeBarber back with his back number 48.
And way back there is Mr. Day to make sure that nothing happens with the football.
Good fellow to have back there. Play is wedged inside on second down. Minute and change left here at the Barber Field. Well, we expected a competitive football game here today. We've got one. Last year's game between these two non-conference rivals came down to a 1-point margin, and it appears that this game will also be a 1-point margin. And a lot of talk about these two teams playing. Of course, they will not play next year. It'll be a 10-game season, a 10-game schedule in high school football, and a delay of game penalty against Seymour. And Bob Kello and Paul Sponheimer are upset. They're out into the field. And they better watch it before they're slapped with a penalty themselves.
I don't think the penalty matters right now. We're 44 seconds. All they want to do is keep that clock ticking.
Ball is at the 29 now. Again, that formation. The quarterback, Moore, just takes it straight ahead behind the center, Troy Sobieski. Clock is moving. It'll be a 4th down as they unpile.
Stratford obviously has no more timeouts, so Seymour can take this one right to take the 25 seconds, just make a snap here, and Stratford is not going to have very much time. They may have time for one play, although Seymour is going to burn they're going to go right to they're going to take the delay. We're down inside of 6-5. So Seymour's going to run it out here with 2 seconds left. They're going to be able to make the snap, and this football game is going to be history.
Down to 2 ticks remaining. So the delay of game penalty back to the 31-yard line now of Stratford. But this should be the last play of the game because Moore will just take it, touchdown, or go forward. And he goes forward, met by the defense. And that's it. The game is over. Seymour wins it. They hold on against the Stratford Red Devils. Seymour 21, Stratford 20. We'll be back with the presentation for our player of the game, sponsored by Seymour Oil.
Michael Jordan, UNCF, take 1.
We're here to tell you about the College Fund. It was set up to help deserving kids get a chance to be what they want to be. Are there any future doctors in the house?
Yeah!
Any scientists?
Yeah!
What about teachers?
Yeah!
All right, now who's going to play professional basketball? Come on. It's a good job. Please join me and support the College Fund. Your mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Yeah!
The decision you make regarding your heating and cooling service cool in the summer.
Well, Buddy, we've discussed it. We've had a consensus as to the Seymour Oil player of the game. We're going to give it to the guy for the Seymour Wildcats, the fellow with 2 numbers. He's a two-way performer, Pete DeBarber, our Seymour Oil player of the game. First of all, Pete, a couple of presentations, the plaque.
And the T-shirt from Seymour Oil, symbolic of the player of the game. Great job.
He has his other jersey.
We're going to ask him about that. Now, which number do you want to be referred to, as the 40 or the 50?
No, it's 48. I like to be referred to as a 48.
Well, I tell you, you did a great job going in at guard. How much practice have you had to go in and play guard?
Well, the coaches have prepared me good. I've been playing fullback, and then after a little while, I would go in at guard. So I've been working at both ones pretty good.
I kiddingly said that all fullbacks are guards anyway, and they just get a chance to wear the 40s. You did a great job. I know middle guard, Coach Spunheimer just mentioned, you did a great job intimidating the center. How did you feel on defense?
I felt good. We have a very good defensive line. Everybody stepped up today on defense. Our defense just did phenomenal.
In the second quarter especially, it seemed to have pretty good success running up the middle. Was that the blocking scheme, the fact that they had sort of a soft nose? What was the success of that? Because in the second half, Stratford took that away from you a little bit.
I think you could just give it to our offensive line was doing good. I think but I don't know what happened there, but our offensive line was just doing great the whole game, and that's all you could say. We're pushing the guys back, doing great.
Well, you guys did a great job. Congratulations on a big win. 2 years in a row, you beat them by a point. Coming into this football game, did you know it was going to be this type of struggle?
Yes, we knew. Stratford is a very good team, too, and we knew that they were going to be a hard team to play because we had them last year, first game, and they're a good team, and we just came out and played as good as we can as a team, and we did good.
Congratulations. We hope to see you down the road again, right here again, but you had a great game, and congratulations to Seymour. You 1-0, ready to go into that second week against Watertown.
Buddy, and this reminder for our viewers that next weekend we travel to Finn Stadium in Shelton when Hamden comes a-calling, and they face the Shelton Gales. Hamden at Shelton. And once again, your final score here at the Barber Field in Seymour. Seymour 21 and Stratford 20. And on behalf of Pete DeBarber, our Seymour Oil player of the game, and Buddy Chernovitz, Ed Clements, goodbye, everyone.